Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Franklin here, and today I'm going to be showcasing another LC Wi-Fi battle against my boy Jay. I will link his channel in the description if you guys want to check it out. So, this time around, I'm going to be running the rat team. It's centered around the MVP, the LeBron James, Rattata with the Flame Orb, a Water EMZ Corphish which hits like a truck, and a Trapping Diglett just to, just trap. And on my opponent's side, for Jay, the Swinub is the obvious lead here since it's usually Focus Sash with Stealth Rocks, but I couldn't figure out the rest of his team. And as I was about to find out later on in the battle, it takes a turn for the slow, not the worst. But anyways, I lead off with the Corphish because I was expecting him to lead off with the Swinub here, which he does in the form of Piggly Wiggly here. And so what happens here is that I'm going to go for the Aqua Jet because I'm not trying to get Endeavor plus Ice Sharded here. But because I have Aqua Jet, unfortunately for him, he's going to have to resort into getting Rocks up. And Rocks doesn't really bother me too much this matchup, since only Volbeat pretty much takes the Rocks damage more than the rest of the team. So in this instance, he does go for the Ice Shard, just trying to chip me off, whatever. I go for the final Aqua Jet here, and I'm able to knock it out, which is awesome. And so now I believe he's going to go into the Green Giant, which I believe it is called the Formantis. Yeah, I think it's Formantis. I played a lot of Sun and Moon, guys, don't worry. So for the Corphish, I switched out, and I'm going to go into the Crogun, expecting to go for either a Superpower or a Leaf Storm, and Leaf Storm is what comes out of this Formantis. So he goes for it, doesn't do too much, obviously at +2 since, or not even at +2, because it's not at +2. So for the Crogun, I only have one move to click here, which is the obvious move, which is the Gunk Shot, and luckily this lands, and it does so much damage to the point that one more tiny hit from this little guy, and that's it. Goes for the Hidden Power Ice, I believe, because if this was Hidden Power Fire, I believe it would have done way more damage, even at +2. It didn't do too much though, which is great. I connect on the Drain Punch, and I'm able to get all the HP back from the little guy, and we're able to knock it out. So it's 6-4. The game is now on for him to do something because it's not looking good right now. And so now he goes into the Shuppet. It frisks me, thinking that I have the Violet. I go for the Sucker Punch, expecting to attack me, but he actually goes for the Trick Room, and I'm like, oh snap! I'm gonna have to do something about this because this is gonna kind of annoy against my team. Goes for the Shadow Sneak here, and it doesn't knock me out, which is awesome. I go for the Gunk Shot, and unfortunately it misses, which kind of sucks. I'm going to switch my Crogun, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to use this as sack fodder later. And I'm going to go into my Pharaoh Seed. Now, because this Shuppet is Trick Room, I was thinking, this thing is probably Focus Sash. It doesn't have any Violet. There's no Life Orb damage coming out of it. And I don't think it's Z-move either, especially if you're just setting up Trick Room. The Shuppet goes for the knockoff because apparently I am slower than it in Trick Room, which is funny. He takes the barb damage, and I go for my own Rocks here just because I want to start crippling the rest of his team. And the rest of the team doesn't have Defog or Rapid Spin utility, so there goes that. And I believe this was a speed tie because I am able to attack first and knock out the Focus Sash, which I was indeed correct about. He goes for another Trick Room here. And the dimension turns to normal. Now this is kind of strange because I felt like he should not have done that because it was just a speed tie. But I guess he didn't want my Pharaoh Seed outspeeding the rest of his team as it was intended to be. So it's now 6-3. It's not looking good for the antagonist here. The Litwick. So I was thinking, the Litwick isn't just gonna click Fire Blast and all that. But you know what? I'm gonna click the knockoff here. And I'm gonna take all that damage. He's gonna take all that damage, and I take away the Life Orb, which is awesome. But then he sets up Trick Room again. I'm like, no, maybe you should have just attacked me. But I can see why, because Pharaoh Seed is kind of annoying in Trick Room as well. I mean, look at it. It just stands there. It doesn't even move. It just blinks occasionally. So I go into my Crogun expecting it to be a sack fodder, but the Fire Blast misses. Should just click Shadow Ball, but I go for the Sucker Punch, and I'm like, ooh, baby! Now it's definitely not looking good for the antagonist, because now it comes down to the last two Pokemon here. It's Spritzy, which obviously is going to take the damage here. And I just stay in because I'm like, you know what? Whatever, I don't care if he attacks me. This Crogun has done more than enough. He already has claimed 2 kills. And the Crogun is finally down, and my boy Jay finally gets the kill here. Look at the background, by the way. It's so beautiful. Anyways, the Pharaoh Seed comes in, and I'm just trying to knock this thing off. That's the only intention I had for this, since I don't have any steel type moves, because usually they don't run Gyro Ball or Metal Claw. I get rid of the bulk of its Eviolite. However, it does go for this nasty plot, which now it's starting to become kind of a threat, because if this thing has Trick Room, it's going to be kind of a nuisance. But don't worry, guys. When there's a will, there's a way. So he doesn't go for Trick Room, which is great for me. But unfortunately, the Ferocity goes down to it, and this Spritzee gets its second kill. I go into the Diglett here solely for the purpose of weakening it. Now, in the event that this does go for Trick Room, I do have 2 priority users in it, which is awesome. So I do have a safety backup plan just in case, but I go for the Earthquake just to weaken the Spritzee a little bit. And he does go for the Trick Room, which is completely fine with me. I'm not tripping out about it. And the unfortunate thing for Trick Room is that on the turn that it's set, the 1 turn passes by. So technically you only have Trick Room for 4 turns. So he goes for the +2 Moonblast, knocks on my Diglett, since Diglett is a very frail Pokemon, even with its Eviolite. Then I go into LeBron James in the Rattata. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this rare move in LC, which is called Protect. Just because I want to set up the Flame Orb on it, just to get the ball rolling. And with Flame Orb and Guts, the Quick Attack now becomes a kind of a powerful priority move. So I go for the Quick Attack, and now I'm able to knock that Spritzee out. And I'm like, woo! Thank goodness. So now, it comes down to his final Pokemon here, which is the Phantom. And I did click U-turn here, expecting him to go for, like, I don't know, a Leech Seed or something, or a Screen. But he goes for the Horn Leech, and he unfortunately crits me here, which is kind of annoying. But it was whatever to me, because I still have, 2 more Pokemon that can deal with this, especially since Phantom with slower EVs is going to get outsped by this little guy, which is the Volbeat. Or girl, I should say. It's a female. So I finally go for the Brave Bird here, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care if you're a Violator or not. I'm just going to go for it. If you Will-O-Wisp me, it's whatever. But this is going to be able to knock it out in 1 shot. My girl Volbeat come through with the victory. I take all that unnecessary recoil. But regardless, I got the Berry Juice on deck. So that means I'm back to full health. Like, back at it again like nothing's ever happened. And we claimed the victory over Jay. So it was a pretty cool team that he built. I didn't realize it was Trick Room from the start, but now I do. So thank you guys so much for watching this LC Wi-Fi battle. If you guys enjoyed this video, click that like button. I'm hoping for more videos to, be on my channel. So it's your boy Franklin signing out. Have a good day. Peace.